Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. For those of you who are new to me, my name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am the founder of the Moon Goddess Academy and the Moon Goddess Publishing, and I work with women who are creating positive, heart-centered, conscious impact in the world by teaching them spiritual tools that allows them to truly feel confident in their light, in their power, as they continue to serve in the world, feeling fearless, protected, safe. I love what I do. And this is one of the things that I do each week that I also love. And the intention behind these Goddess Energy forecasts is to introduce you to the rhythm of the universe through energy, to help you understand these energies that continue to come into our lives to support us, and how we can dance with these different energies that come in and flow out, and what they're asking from us. And so, yeah, hopefully you've been receiving. Well, what am I looking for? Hopefully you have been. Of course, the word like escaped me, but I hope that by you watching these Goddess Energy forecasts, that you're getting more and more in tune with your energetic cycle, and also the energetic cycle of the universe around you, the energy world around you. And you're getting more and more comfortable discovering your dance with the universe, right? So this week, let's dive into it, right? So this week we have winter solstice coming up on, I believe it's Wednesday. Yes. And then on Friday, we have the new moon in Capricorn, the last lunation for the year. And I love that the new moon is in Capricorn, because this is just grounding, it's just grounding everything. It's helping us to put our roots into the ground, really feel anchored before we enter into the new year. And I love that. I'm excited to have that earth energy comes through. And also, as we move into that winter energy, where it's about moving within, really moving into the void, so that you can find your nourishment, you can work on yourself, you can rejuvenate, you can build your energy, right? It's like going into the womb of the Divine Mother. I think it's perfect that the new moon, which is also, the dark moon, is in Capricorn, the Divine Mother energy, that physical nourishment being held, like, oh, it feels really, really good. A good way for us to end the year. And Capricorn is my rising. Is it my rising? Yes, it's my rising sign. My sun sign is Virgo. And so I have the two earth signs like right sandwiched between, my moon sign is Sagittarius. So I have that fire sandwiched between the two earth signs. And I have a lot of fire in my chart too, that I feel like these powerful earth signs are what keep me grounded. But yeah, so so this week we have the solstice. We're moving, we're switching the energy, where our energy is being pulled within, right? And it's very interesting that, at this time where we're being called to get inside, which I feel like the past 2 weeks has been coming in a lot, to go back inside. And now the winter solstice is the official. It's like, let's get in there, right? It's very interesting that around this time is where we have, the holiday busyness that come. It's like all the distractions that pull us outside of that cycle of going within. With every cycle, there's a time for the energy to come out and play, and it's a time for the energy to be replenished and go back into the womb. And that's exactly what winter is about. One of the things that I love to do in the winter is have candles. So I have so I can light a candle in my home. And it's just, for me, it's reminded me to go within, to light that candle within, to connect to my inner light. And with this one, as I was really tuning into this week's energy, and actually I'm feeling like this energy riding into 2023, it's really coming through. The question that's coming through is this: Who is your inner mother? Who is your inner mother? It's like connecting to that mother energy, that divine mother essence, but through you, right? Expressed through you. Who is your inner mother? I'm going to share my experience because I actually have different aspects of myself that I've discovered who helped me create the life that I so desire. And one of them is the mother. The mother, when she came in, she's the director. She's the one who organizes and plans and makes sure all the other aspects of myself are in sync and in flow. But she is the conductor. There we go. So about to say the orchestra, but she is the conductor, kind of making sure everything flows. And she's just beautiful. She is so beautiful. She's so powerful. She's so, she knows herself. She feels good, and she's like nourishing, and she takes care of my little archetype, my child archetypes, especially. I'll come back to that. There's something else with the energy this week. But yes, she nourishes the inner child archetypes because our inner child archetypes are usually in fear, in pain. Most people don't even realize that their wounded child archetype is actually the one who is in charge as an adult. And if you've done this work, the inner child work, or your 12 archetypes and you've been working with them, you begin to notice around you who's operating, who is in charge, especially if it is the wounded child. Because here's the thing, we have the wounded child and we also have the higher aspect of the child. So for me, I have the abandoned child as the wounded child, and my highest aspect of child is the magical child. And that magical child is just, that's who I am, right? So whenever I move into, one of the things that are coming up, especially lately, is in the matter of feeling safe. It's like, where is this coming from? It's like safety and security. I was like, where is this coming from? I was like, oh, my inner baby, my inner cutie, like she doesn't feel safe, right? So this is where my mother part of me, right, goes to her and nourishes her, which nourishes me, right? And then also the magical child, who's the higher aspect of the wounded child, will come in to help her remember her magic. That's how she can that's how she can transform the pain or what she's feeling into the light. That's how she can transform it. So knowing your child archetype and knowing your light child archetype is so important, because you can learn how to, and also knowing your mother self archetype is also important, because this is the part of you that goes in to mother the younger aspects of yourself. All these aspects of ourselves, which I call archetypes, they're very much alive, just as you are. So far as you are conscious and walking here, they're also conscious doing their own thing. And the wounded parts of us tend to be stronger because they need to be healed. And so they would do anything to get your attention. So they tend to create more powerfully into your life. You tend to create more of the experiences that show to you the parts of you that are wounded, in hopes that you will finally face it and heal it. And I'm saying this because the winter, as we are being called to go within, we go into the dark, we go into the void of our inner mystery to discover the parts of us that have been hidden. This is why I like to light the candle, because when I light my candle physically, I'm lighting the candle within myself, which illuminates any part of myself that I haven't seen or have been hidden, that I'm ready to see. Illuminates, and also brings warmth. It brings that transformation. And for me, it brings spirit into my being. It's just simple as that. It's like drawing spirit into my being when I light a candle. Yeah. So if you're curious about your archetypes, I hope I have a whole archetype program that you can discover your 12 life archetypes. These are not, like the archetypes on social media where you can take quizzes and discover your goddess archetype. You can discover this archetype. No, no, no. These are the core archetypes. These are who you are, from the time that you were born all the way to what you're here to do. Like, it gives you all that information. It's your 12 core archetypes. They never change until it's like from birth to when you leave. This is who you are. And knowing who you are, at least for my clients that I've guided them through this process, is simply life changing. It's powerful, powerful journey of understanding yourself. It is part of my Goddess Unleashed program because it is about unleashing your goddess self. So you might as well learn who you are. And so it's one of the core pieces of my Goddess Unleashed program, which if you're interested, send me a message and let me know. So the other part that was coming in, remember I was talking about the inner child aspect, how the inner child doesn't feel safe. So this week, Chiron, which is the wounded healer, known as the wounded healer, is no longer in retrograde and is going direct, right? Which is beautiful. But around this time, the energy gets more intense because it's not like the planet goes, retrograde and all of a sudden it switches quickly and it becomes direct, right? It's especially, like there's like a nice flow to it, right? It takes us time. But at this time also things intensify. And Chiron through the retrograde has been teaching us about our wounded selves. So for you, I wonder, what have you noticed? And Chiron went into retrograde, when was it? I think it was July. It was in July. So just think about from July to now, what are some things that have been popping up for you that are your wounded self? So for me, this theme of feeling safe and secure, this is not the first time that it's come up. It's something that I work on a lot. It's also very important to me. And this time, like, especially now that it's going direct, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so intense. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I need some peace. Like, come on, give me a break. But this is what Chiron does, shows you your wounded parts. And also through that, it shows you how you can bring healing and balance and harmony to yourself. Right. So that's the beauty of it. So if you have been experiencing like a flare up of your wounded self, that is what is happening. But good news is that Chiron is going direct. So eventually it's going to smooth out. You're going to receive clarity around healing your wounded self. I think the first part of healing, to be honest, is knowing what the heck needs to be healed. Knowing your wounded self. Acknowledging your wounded self, that alone is the majority of the healing, right? Because if you don't know it, then it just runs your life and it creates your reality. That's the thing. This is why I love what I do, especially with the archetypal work and in my Goddess Unleashed program, is that once I bring forth the truth of that person, there's no more hiding. They can truly operate from that place, rather than allowing the hidden parts of them to create a reality for them to experience in hopes that they will heal, they will release, they will change or switch something, right? It's like, know thyself. Know thyself is one of the core pillars of my work. Everything that I walk you through is bring you closer to who you are, the truth of who you are, so you can truly operate in this world as authentic as possible. You become unstoppable. You become very powerful when you know who you are, because suddenly society can sway you. People can sway you with your own, right? You are rooted and grounded, bringing in that Earth Capricorn new moon energy. You're rooted and grounded to your own core foundation. You're like the oak. Nothing is going to come in and be like, hey, oak, you are just a flower. Like, no, I'm not. I'm an oak tree, right? You know yourself. Nothing can change that. Nothing can sway you. You become more, well, what am I looking for? You become more, not strong. I was going to say like fortitude, but it's like that inner strength, that inner knowing that is unshakable because you are rooted in your light, in your true essence. It is powerful. I love what I do. I love what I do. And when I get to bring women to that place and see them blossom and thrive and prosper from that place onward, like you have no idea the joy that it brings to me. Yeah. Okay. So that's the energy of this week. See, there's a lot coming up, and every time we're moving into a new energy, there's always so much that comes in to stare, to shift, to bless us. So learning about these energies allow you to learn how to dance with them. Allows you to see the invitations that they're bringing you. Like when it comes down to it, this energy at this, in December in general, it's like slow the heck down, drop deep into yourself, go into the womb of the divine mother and be held in that void of your own mystery and heal until spring. Gather the energy, gather your essence so that when spring comes, you are like, yes, let's do this, right? So I invite you to really say yes to these invitations because they are for our highest and best good if we say yes to them. All right. So go ahead and breathe with me. Let's go ahead into the centering exercise and we'll move into the messages of the cards, which we'll continue using the unshakable inner peace. Like I told you guys, we're going to be using this the whole of December because that's just what is coming through. So close your eyes. You can place your hand on your heart or one on your hand, one on your womb, whatever feels good to you, or both on your womb, whatever feels good to you, and breathe. Go ahead and call in all your energy, all your light, all pieces of you to come back to you now. I ask that all these pieces be cleansed and purified before it gets reintegrated within you. Taking a deep breath in. Beautiful. And go ahead and call in your higher self into your heart. Open up to receive him or her. You are one with your higher self. You are one with your higher self. You are one with your higher self. And feel, see or sense his or her essence just move through your entire being, every cell in your body, radiating in her light. And at the same time, go ahead and open your channel above and send it all the way up to the heart of Source. And open it up to begin to drink that beautiful light from the heart of Source. Let it pour down into your body. Let it anchor within your heart and continue down your body. And let it come out of your bottoms of your feet, creating this crystal light roots. And let these roots enter into the earth. Let it anchor into the earth, moving all the way down into the center of the earth. And there you will see the heart of the Divine Mother also open and ready to receive you. Go ahead and plug your root right into the center of the Divine Mother. Open up and begin to again drink in that Divine Mother's essence, nurturing you, supporting you, loving you. Pull it up through your roots, through your feet, through your legs, all the way up. Let it anchor into your heart and continue up and out the top of your head, spewing all around you. Now bring your awareness to your heart, where you have all three light essences, the one from the Divine Father, Divine Mother, and your own divinity through your higher self. And see all three like come together, creating a powerful ball of light. And when it does, it kind of like explodes out like a supernova, creating a bigger layer all around your body, bigger than the room that you're in. And I want you to breathe in this space where you have this beautiful bubble of light around you. You're anchored to the source above, and you're anchored to source below, and your own divinity within you. And at this point, go ahead and call in your divine team, your divine posse to come and surround you in a golden circle of light, to see another layer of light around your bubble. And just breathe in this space of connected, supported, loved, of spaciousness, of safety, of security. Beautiful. And from this place, go ahead and ask which of these cards, which of these messages is for me, is supporting me this week. 1, 2, or 3. And once you have received your number or numbers, go ahead and take a deep breath in and out. Open your eyes, open your heart, ready to receive. Ta-da! Magic right here. No, I had to actually stop the video and continue it the next day. So here is the cards, your guides for the week. So again, these cards, like, you can't make it up. Okay, so if you received card number 1, here's your card. And it says, don't run from the darkness. Embrace your shadow side. Don't run from the darkness. Embrace your shadow side. Because remember, I was talking about how this season we're being drawn within, especially with the solstice energy, the new moon energy this week. We're being drawn to go into our own void, our own womb of our mystery unfolding. So if you received 1, it's just so in an alignment. Don't be afraid, okay? Here's the message, my loves. When we go on a spiritual growth journey, we can easily fall into the trap of thinking life is supposed to be easy. Especially when we're doing the work. We believe that if we are not happy and joyful 100% of the time, we're doing something wrong. But true fulfillment comes with living all aspects of your life. Highs and lows, peaks and valleys, light and dark. Darkness is not something to run from. It is only unhealed emotions that need more love. Darkness is not something to run from. It's only unhealed emotions that need more love. Embrace your shadow side, the unhealed wounds from your past, childhood traumas, unresolved anger, and unprocessed fear, and work to accept the pieces of you that you despise. Only then can real transformation take hold. True peace comes from acceptance and seeing all situations with love. A big part of any personal growth journey is coming face to face with your deepest insecurities and fears. This is called the work. Many of us don't want to do the work because, well, it's work. It's hard and painful, and it feels impossible to understand. But when we do the inner work, often the miracles happens. We heal, we grow, we transform. True transformation happens when we look at the pieces of ourselves we have been hiding from. Here's the divine assignment for you this week. It is safe to look at your shadows. To move forward in your life, you must look at the pieces you have been afraid to see. Be honest with yourself about what you have been hiding from. The dark parts of you, your insecurities, doubts, and deepest fears are part of you as well. It is not something to judge or condemn. From a spiritual perspective, there's no good or bad, just areas that need more love. Look at your shadows as a mother would her own child. Look at your shadows as a mother would her own child. Embrace them with love. Embrace them and love them for trying so hard to protect you. I love that. Your insecurities, doubts, and fears have done nothing wrong. They have simply tried to keep you safe in what often feels like an unsafe place. Once you understand your wounds, emotional attachments, traumas, and pain, they are no longer needed in your life. You don't need to carry any of that fear forward. Your ego, the fear, and the shadow is part of you, but does not define you. Recognize that you no longer need the ego's protection. Allow yourself to accept all of you and invite more light into your life. You can do this by saying, I choose to be the light. I accept myself fully and allow the light to illuminate my path. I choose to be the path. I choose to be the light and allow the light to illuminate my path. Interesting, I said that. I choose to be the light. I accept myself fully and allow the light to illuminate my path. Here's some questions to contemplate on this week. What aspect of yourself have you been afraid to look at or address? And how can you bring more light to this situation? Card number 1, don't run away from the darkness. Embrace it with light. Remember that your shadows are just the unhealed emotions that are needing more love. Remember, if you received 2, I love this card too. Look at this. Oneness is the way. Here you go. Oneness is the way. And here's the message. Are you harboring negative emotions because of other people? Look at the people you are resisting and judging. Any troubled relationship is a reflection of an unhealed emotional wound within yourself. When you look at someone else and project hate or judgment, you are hurting yourself in part because you are putting more negativity out into the world. You're being asked to see the people who are causing you stress in a more loving manner. In truth, something is connected to everything else. We are all one. What you think, say, do, and believe will have a corresponding effect on others and the universe around you. This means that everything you do has a ripple effect and can impact the collective, not just yourself. Remember that your actions matter and make a difference in the world. I love this message because this is a message that I just shared with my elevated empath group, and it's so cool that it's coming in this way. I'm going to be sharing this card with them because it was a very powerful message that came through to support them. And here's your divine assignment. Love is within you and connects us all. You can increase your communication with all of life through respect and love. As you do this, you will start to see how familiar we are and that we are indeed one. If a person is causing you stress, instead of seeing them as separate from you, use this opportunity to recognize the higher self within you and them. When you become one with the other, you become one with everything in existence. Once you tap into the infinite love and power of your higher self, which is beyond your individual personality, you cannot keep yourself separate from others. And here are your questions to ponder on this week. How can I show more compassion and acceptance towards those I don't understand? How can I show more compassion and acceptance towards those I cannot understand? Card number 2, oneness is the way. I love this. All right, if you received card number 3, our last card. I love the message this card is bringing, and I love that it's card number 3. I feel like it kind of ties all the other cards together beautifully. So card number 3, you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. You can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. Here's the message. You may feel lost, alone, and as if things are not as they should be, but you have a guide who is always with you, gently whispering words of kindness, wisdom, and comfort. Say hello to your higher self, also known as your true and authentic self. Lean inward into your heart and connect to this pure part of you. You can connect with your higher self in many ways. For example, through signs, synchronicities, and the flow of life. You may notice intuitive nudges or gut feelings. Your higher self is always talking to you and wants you to know you can make it through anything, anything. Furthermore, you can trust this inspiration. You are never given more than you can handle. And when you tune into this guidance, life will become easier. Here's the divine assignment for you this week, my loves. When we unify with our higher self, we step into unity consciousness. With this new perspective, you see old problems in a new light. This is an invitation to stop focusing on the problems and be open to solutions. Judgments, shame, and blame are removed, and you are free to function from your divine truth. You can increase communication with your higher self through prayer, meditation, journaling, automatic writing, yoga, sacred ceremonies and rituals, communion with the elements and nature, martial arts, dance, music, writing, and other forms of creative expression. I'm feeling this card. I love this card. So this card actually comes with a compassionate action. It comes with an extra thing. So I'm going to show this card because um, I want you to just take in the image. Actually, before we do this, so this part with the higher self, if you notice, this is an exercise I actually walk you guys through before we move into, it's like the centering exercise where we bring your higher self in. If you've been following the Goddess Energy Forecast, you've been strengthening your connection with your higher self. So I hope you've been feeling that synchronicities and miracles and life, like the intuitive nudges all getting stronger and stronger in your life. So with this step, I'm going to show you the image. I want you to take in the image and place the image within your heart and close your eyes. So now I want you to visualize the energy of your higher self as the most glorious golden white light pouring in through the top of your head. And I usually see this through my 8th chakra. So like above my crown chakra. And it's like a star. And from that star, it's like pouring down through all your lower chakras and into yourself. Now picture a white light flooding your entire body with warmth, loving presence, and flushing through your whole body and your whole being. Now see this white light shooting out from your heart as you send love to all. And allow the light to open you up to more love, peace, and harmony. And now repeat these words aloud. I acknowledge the light within me. I accept the perfect love that I am. I acknowledge the light within me. I accept the perfect love that I am. I acknowledge the light within me. I accept the perfect love that I am. Taking a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. And now here's your question to contemplate this week. What wisdom does my higher self have for me this week? What wisdom does my higher self have for me this week? Just receive. Just quiet your mind to receive. And once you have received it, go ahead and thank your higher self for this wisdom, this guidance. And open your eyes. Hmm. That was a beautiful card to end this forecast with. I would like to end this forecast with a prayer. Here is a prayer for peace of mind by St. Francis Xavier Cabrini. Fortify me with the grace of your Holy Spirit and give your peace to my soul, that I may be free from all needless anxiety and worry. Help me to desire always that which is pleasing and acceptable to you, so that your will may be my will. Amen. Aho. And so it is. Hmm. Thank you again for receiving this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and my podcast. Thank you for sharing this with others who might benefit from this. And I would like to remind you to come and join us for the end of year ceremony. That will be happening December 30th at 4 p.m. The link is below. Come join us. It's going to be powerful and amazing as always. I would love to have you there. From my heart to yours, until next time.